a fish. Oh, there we are, already hitting it. Oh, that's a little small snook. There we are, got him. In this video, we're gonna talk about my favorite lure for early morning in the fall. This is part of our fall lure bundle. This is the Moonwalker. This is a topwater plug, has walk the dog motion. So what I'm gonna do, I'm out here early in the morning. This is when the topwater is at its best, either at night or right before the sun's coming up. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fish this bank, and this is an ideal type of spot and the ideal time to use this lure. And I'll just show tips along the way, and we're gonna hopefully catch ourselves a fish. So what I like doing, number one, as far as where to fish, is to find some sort of choke point that has structure, right? That has structure, whether it's, in this case, we have mangroves and we have seagrass on the bottom, and the choke point is right up here. So we have a nice point, and then we have a little pass, a little cut that goes back into the backwater, and this is just a great habitat for all sorts of species to be using for food, right? For getting some food. There's a lot of water flow going through here, and predators will just naturally gravitate towards these types of spots. So my task now is to find out exactly where they're holding. In most cases, they'll be positioned around points. So we have a little point right here that we're gonna fish. Sometimes they're in coves though. It really depends on where the bait fish is. So we're getting out here, the sun's almost gonna start coming up, and I'm looking for food, I'm looking for jumping mullet, while at the same time, I'm casting this lure near the mangroves, near the structure, and just trying to cover ground as fast as possible. Have the trolling motor going the entire time, and I'm gonna keep moving fast until I at least get some follows or start seeing some signs of fish. In most cases, the fish are gonna be right up against the mangroves. So cast up there, do the walk the dog, right? Walk the dog, that probably 10 feet or so next to the trees is gonna have the highest odds of success. As soon as I get out of that area that is likely to have the fish, I just do a quick retrieve and then get that lure back in the strike zone. It's all about just maximizing your time. Now we have a little cove, we'll try that out, and we can cast down that line. Again, this topwater, the cool thing about topwater is you don't have to get right on the trees because this noise will call out fish. So if there's a fish in there, it's gonna hear it and will very likely come out and give it a pop. So I'm just doing a kind of a quick motion. It pauses every once in a while. Sometimes go fast, sometimes go slow. Just keep changing the tempo until you start getting some action. So I'm just gonna keep moving until we get up to that choke point. One tip for where to hold the line, as far as doing the walk the dog, you can see my rod tip motion, where I'm constantly reeling. So my reel just is a constant tempo, but then my rod tip is doing the motion. So tip it, tap it, pause, tap, pause, tap, pause, and just keep doing it, and you'll get the tempo to eventually get that lure dancing, a nice little walk the dog back and forth. All right, so now we're right on the other side of it. Oh, there we are, it's had our first strike. Oh, no, that was a nicer fish. Oh, there we are, got him. There we are. So that was really it. So now we know that they're on the far side of the point. So this is a snook. So now we know that they're on this far side of this point. There's usually gonna be more there as well. And so, whoa, it just came off. So we just had that snook come off, but we now know where they are. And so again, now that they're on the outside of this point, this water is basically right in between the tides. And so this water, I guess, is starting to slowly move out of here. So this is the area that has the current, which is why they're probably holding here now. Oh, there we are, already on. And so when they miss it, usually just keep doing the same. Oh man, I missed them again. This is a smaller one. But when you have them, when you have them feeding, in many cases, they'll hit and miss and they'll keep going after it. And so just keep doing the same motion. If they fell for it the first time, they usually fall for it again. And then when they don't, we'll just make another cast up there. Gonna cast that little pocket right there. Okay, this should have a fish. Oh, there we are, already hitting it. Oh, that's a little small snook. There we are, got him. This is just so much fun. Ooh, hello. But yeah, what you'll find is that just topwater fishing is a blast. If you're new to it, topwater fishing, it's really hard to beat topwater. I mean, the fish, you watch them eat. In many cases, they miss it because that lure is dancing, right? The lure is going back and forth. So they miss it pretty frequently. But in most cases, as long as you just keep doing that retrieve, they're gonna come back and hit it. And again, it's just an absolute blast. And now that we have the sun coming up, so you see that sun right behind me starting to come up, this is basically the tail end of when I like topwater. So after I catch this, I'm gonna switch to the skinny lipper, and we'll do a similar lesson where this is the skinny lipper dives down a little bit deeper. You can work it slower, and right about now is when the topwater's kind of at its last stage of being effective. Yeah, not a giant one in this case, but this same exact philosophy gets the fish big and small, right? It's just an absolute blast. And as long as you just cover water fast, keep moving until you find the fish, and just keep throwing, just trust that these lures work, and you will eventually find them. And once you do, you can have a field day. So we're gonna throw the skinny lipper up in here, and let's see if we can keep this topwater bite extended. Any questions at all about how to use these lures, comment down below. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon.